Yes, thanks so much to Frenchie, Greg Paymart, and our boys heading down to see Mikey Waynes, Gruey, Karsten, and little baby Galen Dixon. I still have to call him that. All right, here we go. We're in our Bet 30 Plus class. They are off and rolling now. Some riders to look out for in this one. Obviously, Mr. Mike Brown taking the win in Moto number 1. We see a second to Brad Smith, third to Dustin Jensen. Fourth in Moto number 1 went to Michael Ash. Fifth in the first Moto to Steve Roman, the 731. Saw some riding out of him in some other classes yesterday, and maybe a little better start might yield a better finish for him in this class today. We'll see. As we look to the 6th place position finish in Moto number 1, Matthew Hugentogler out of Wrightsville, Pennsylvania. There was Shane Keller, 887 from Rhode Island. We saw him on the podium earlier. He finished in the 7th place position. Then 8th place to Chad Wages out of Frederick, Maryland, the 45 machine. 9th place in Moto number 1 was Michael Clark from Palm Harbor, Florida on the 991. And rounding out the top 10, Brandon Albright out of York, Pennsylvania. As our riders wrap up lap number 1, it is Brown out front and establishing somewhat of a lead. There is Hugentogler actually opening up with a number 2 position out here and looking quite strong. As we check back to that 3rd place position, it's the 85 Kawasaki of Brad Smith. And then we've got the Suzuki out there. I believe that was Michael Ash on the 293. It was in the 3rd place position. Alec Forte in 4th. Steve Roman in 5th. And we're stacking up a lot like what we saw at the end of Moto number 1 as we sort this one out. Michael Merson and Dustin Jensen back in 6th and 7th. Mikey Waynes is down on the podium with their Masters class.
Thank you, Rodney. Galen Dixon, come on up here, man. A 3rd place finish for you. Talk to us, man. What it take to get up there in that 3 spot?
I had to work for that one. I had to go through a few people to get up there. The track was brutal. I'd like to thank Whole Shot Cycle, Scott, Factory Connection, Focus X, Bentley's for the bike, my wife for all the help this week, and let's go, Brandon.
I love it. Galen Dixon, your 3rd place finisher. Barry Cartson, come on up here, man. A 2nd place finish. How you feeling?
Felt good. I mean, the road good. This John had a little bit on me. The track's gnarly, has some bad spots and good spots, and man, you could go into a turn and lose 2 bike lengths, and then next lap I catch him 2 bike lengths in the same turn. So it was fun.
Love it, man. Well, hey, congratulations to you on the 2nd place finish, Barry. Who you want to thank?
Again, Suzuki, the RM Army in Contingency, AMS Action Motorsports up in York, Pennsylvania. If you guys are looking for Suzuki, they have them. Arise, Scott, FMF, Dunlap, all the sponsors of this event. Sunstar, Decal Works, Twin Air, Dunlap, FMF. Just thank everybody for coming out. My family, my wife, she couldn't come to the whole weight event, but came up yesterday for to eat and go home. But thanks for everybody coming out, and we'll see you next year.
See you next year, Barry. Hey, good to see you, man. Take care. Barry Cartson, a 2nd place finish right there. And John Gruey, come on up, man. We'll get you a bottle of champagne. And Mike Burkeen to your right-hand side right there got a number 1 plate for Mr. John Gruey. Woo! There it is, John snagging the photograph. Well, John, congratulations on 1st place, man. Tell us about it.
Man, it was a great starts all week. I mean, I don't just say couldn't have got any better for me. My Dunlop tires and my Tamer whole shot devices, front and rear, it just launches me out of there. And so super happy for their support and everybody else. Babbitt's at home, Kawasaki Team Green, Fox Gear, keeping me looking sick. And FMF exhaust, Factory Connection suspension is helping me all week long. Twin Air, Renthal, Decal Works, and Moto Host, Hinson. I think that's everybody, but man, just I appreciate everybody's help so much. All my friends here hanging out with us, and my girlfriend at home, and you know, like Dixon says, let's go, Brandon.
You guys make it a joy to work here. John Gruey taking first place in the Masters 55 plus. Take it away, Rodney Tomlin.
All righty, Steve Roman right now working from that 5th place position on Michael Ash, a 293 for the 4th place position. And as things get heated and heavy out there right now, it's Mad Mike Jones joining us here in the tower, and of course, not only I guess a partner of this guy, but also his father-in-law. But watching Stevie on the track right now, man, what a race we've seen here in this 30-plus class this week.
Yeah, he's moving up again. He had some, well, I think he drew 40 and 42 for first gate pick, and the other class he didn't even get a gate pick. He had bike issues, and we got to the gate late, so we had a little bit of struggle in the first motos, and he's, got bad gate picks and had to work his way from the back, and he got some good results, he's rode well, put it that way.
Absolutely, the heart of a lion, there's no doubt about it, as he is ferociously fighting right now to gain a position, and look at this, they're not far behind that 3rd place ride now, or are they working for 2nd now? Third and 4th, but we seen Brad Smith not far ahead on that number 85 machine there just a moment ago. So things are certainly getting pretty tight as far as this plus 30 class is concerned. We're 3 laps down last time through. It was Brown, Smith, Hogan Togler, Steve Roman, Michael Ash, and Dustin Jensen in the number 6 spot. Alec Forte in 7th, Chad Wages in 8th, Michael Mercer in 9th, and Shane Keller rounding out the top 10.
I think he was like 8th on the first turn, and he was 5th the first lap. He passed for 4th, and now he just moved into 3rd. He's riding good. I'm pretty proud of him, that's for sure.
Well, we see Hogan Togler now behind Roman, the 731 machine, so I believe that is not far ahead, the 85 machine that we were talking about there. So pretty interesting stuff unfolding here for us for lap 4. We'll get resorted here as they wrap up this 4th lap here in just a few moments. Again, Mike Brown, the number 3, a 151 last time around on lap number 3. And on lap number 4, Brown turns in a 153.5. He had a 7.5 second lead over Brad Smith. Smith now 6.3 seconds back as he's kept that steady pace. And Roman, yes, I was trying to make sure that was into the number 3 spot as he has gotten around Hogan Togler, Michael Ash, the 293 back in the number 5 spot, Dustin Jensen in 6th. So Roman a 150, half a second behind Smith, and the race, he's not done yet, I don't think.
He's 3 seconds faster than Brownie right now, too. 3.5 seconds. 3 seconds faster than Brownie, which is, so he's the fastest guy on the track right now, and that's saying something.
That is saying something this late in the race, and watching this battle shape up even more.
He just made a pass on Smith. I think he got around him.
Oh man, he took the long rough way around, but he made it happen. He's got himself set up for the inside, dropping on the tail of the Gator now. Man, he's got some mad momentum rolling right now.
This would be a way to end the week, passing Mike Brown, which is, he's no slouch across track.
No, he's no slouch. That's for sure. If you put it in perspective, if they're in, say, 7 seconds behind right now, and if Brown does stay at that 153.5 pace, and Roman is able to run the 150 pace, we may see him catch him. That's going to be interesting to see. Let's see how much time we have left. We may be looking for a white flag coming out this time, which will not play in any favors for Steve Roman as far as being able to reel in the leader of Mike Brown.
There's not a nicer guy out there than Mike Brown. I've got along with him my whole racing career. I've raced against him, and he's still as nice as can be. I have to say that about Mike Brown. I still talk to him on every gate drop, and he's one of the nicest guys on the track for sure.
You know, absolutely. I remember when he came over to the GNCC and had a stint over there for a few years. As Roman takes the 2nd place position here with white flag out, he is 7.8 seconds back. But Mike Brown, you're right. I mean, one of the nicest individuals you ever talk to. You could run into him anywhere. You could be underneath the factory semi You could be out in the woods, standing alongside a trail, watching racing, no matter what class it was. He was the same individual there as he was in the pits, and I mean that as he was as grounded and as real as any person you'll ever meet.
He sure is. Every time I see him on the track, he comes over and has a chat with me, no matter where we're at.
And same thing at Loretta Lynn's. You know, he stands up there on the tower and watches a lot of racing from up there, and very conversational and easy to approach as well. And Mike Brown making his way off the backside of the racetrack and his final stretch home here.
Looks like Steve Sutherland for second. He slowed it down to 153, so he dropped it down to Mike Brown's pace.
Well, a lot of hard work for Steve through that. He fought hard to get through the pack, Mike, and to get to that position. And especially, I know he had a rough, I wouldn't say a rough first moto, but he had his challenges in moto number 1, finishing 5th. And to be able to come out here and redeem that finish, because 5th is not bad, but I know Steve Roman was expecting more out of that.
Yeah, well, he's, like I said, he struggled with gate picks and coming from behind in every single moto that he ran in today. And he didn't start in the top 3 in not one moto this whole weekend. So, and the only motos that he had hole shots in were the 3 heat races in the Supercross. So Mike Brown did take the win. It looks like Steve's going to come across in second, which is